There's a retail war going on in Australia. It's large and prestigious international retailers versus local businesses. And as Greg Hoy reports, the two worlds are colliding in a big way.
I can hear the sound of violins.
In Great Gatsby style, director Baz Luhrmann recently launched a new $1.2 billion retail centre called Emporium, right in the heart of Melbourne's old CBD.
To quote a song from my last movie, a little party never killed nobody.
Champagne flowed freely as Baz Luhrmann led guests on a magical merry-go-round of 225 new stores that Emporium's backers hoped to make the centre of attention for Melbourne shoppers.
Action, gentlemen, back!
The fanfare trumpeted the latest arrival down under of leading international retailers that have been lining up to enter Australia. Stores like Victoria's Secret and Uniqlo. They've joined others that have arrived with similar bravado in the last 2 years, like H&M, Zara, Topshop and Gap.
If you're looking for growth as an international, it's really going to be outside the sort of the mature economies of Europe and the US, and Australia's seen as 21 years of economic growth, consecutive economic growth, as a good place to start.
Already the extravagance at Emporium seems a world away from what is happening in high street shopping strips across Australia, where retailers are hurting badly.
Right now we're sort of at record highs in terms of the retail strip vacancy rates.
For 30 years, retailer Tony Christakakis has sold menswear on Chapel Street, which for decades has been a fashion mecca in Melbourne.
I've seen 2 recessions, 3 downturns, and this is supposed to be a stable economy at the moment. It's the worst it's ever been.
Seasoned retailers and wholesalers across the country tell a similar story.
We just found that the traffic was inadequate to cover all our expenses, so, we couldn't continue on that basis.
A director of the Australian Textile and Fashion Industries Council, Michelle Abasakera, is closing his own store in South Yarra.
We've had the major mega retailers of the world come in. In addition to that, we've had mega online retailers also attack this market, and there are cases of some online retailers from the UK taking $1 million in sales a day from this market.
All right, now, you guys, standing by, and action!
At the new shopping Emporium, there was some free advice for forlorn retailers who worry about the threat posed by the internet.
It's the human touch. It's service, engagement. I've even noticed myself just how the internet has helped the retail environment lift its game. People are much more about service.
Often what the international retailers do that locals aren't doing is offer a fantastic experience. Retailers' theatre.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason's in the house! And action!
Long-established retailers, however, say all the hype and glamour may prove to be fool's gold as newcomers discover the harsh reality of trading here. There is no question that large consumer confidence surveys of late have found that confidence remains low amid ongoing concern about household finances, despite the fact that the value of housing itself is soaring. So how long can bright new centres like these remain immune from this pervading public sense of pessimism?
There's already people that will not see out their lease term in some of these developments. 30% it's anticipated, and I'm pretty well connected in the industry, 30% they anticipate will close within their first lease term.
1 in 6 of Australians pretty much work in retail. That's why when people stop spending in retail stores due to a lack of confidence generally, it has such a massive effect right across the economy.
None of the large international retailers would discuss how they've found trading conditions in Australia to be.
confidence is the key. Until we see some really strong, solid labour growth, particularly full-time, we're unlikely going to see that sort of flow through to the economy in terms of the retail spending.
Michelle Abasakira is cutting his losses, shutting shop to focus on wholesaling and online sales, with a word of warning for those who remain on High Street.
I believe the outlook is bright for the brave. The ones who are willing to stand and take on the international retailers, do a unique Australian product. Retail is changing drastically. It's a different paradigm.
Greg Hoy reporting.